Welcome to class 18 of Secretarial practice. Today we are going to study about the secretarial procedure with regards to alteration of registered office clause. So the first is convey board meeting. So all the secretarial duties are somewhat similar. So as we have studied the secretarial duties regarding to the change of your object clause and name clause. So here also we see the same. So alteration of your registered office clause, for that there are some secretarial duties. So such duties are like convey the board meeting. So secretarial duties is to convey the board meeting. So if you want to shift the registered office from one city to another within the same city, or one city to another city within the same state, so in such case you have to convey, being a secretary, you have to convey the board meeting. So in that board meeting, so what happens in that board meeting, we are going to fix the time, date, place and agenda of the general meeting where the special resolution will be passed to shift the office. So in the previous case, which means alteration of your registered office from one place to another place within the same city, so there we are not going to conduct any general meeting. So just the board meeting will be conducted and the resolution will be passed. So in this case what happens, you are going to convey the general meeting. So for that what you are going to do is, first you are going to convey the board meeting, and in that board meeting you are going to fix the date, time, place and agenda of general meeting, and where the special resolution will be passed to shift the office. The next is you send the notice and make necessary arrangement. So you are going to send the general meeting notice to all the members at least 21 days before the meeting, and you are going to make necessary arrangement for holding the general meeting. The next is pass resolution. So which type of resolution you are going to pass here? You are going to pass the special resolution only. So special resolution means this resolution is not an ordinary resolution, because it is not taken, or we can say we are not going to shift the office in a routine basis, right? So here it is a special resolution what you are going to pass in the general meeting. Then the next is the file the copy of the resolution within 30 days of its passing. So whatever resolution you have passed in the general meeting, that resolution you are going to file it with the registrar within 30 days of passing its resolution. The next is, after that you are going to send the notice to the registrar within 30 days. So he also sends the notice of the change to the registrar within 30 days. The next is issue public notice. So issue public notice means whatever you have changed, okay, so you are going to change the registered office here, so this should be brought to the notice of public. So what you are going to do, through the advertisement, the information to the general public is been given. The next is secretarial procedure to shift office from one state to another state. So first is convey the board meeting. So here we are going to conduct extraordinary general meeting, because this is a very complicated case, so we are going to conduct extraordinary general meeting. Here for that we are going to convey the board meeting first, and the time, date and place, agenda of extraordinary general meeting where the special resolution will be passed, will be discussed in the board meeting. The next is you are going to prepare the notice of the meeting to all the members. You are going to prepare it and send it to all the members, so that is before 21 days, or at least before 21 days of meeting. Notice must also be given to all the parties who are interested and likely to affect by the proposed shift. The next is you are going to pass the special resolution. Okay, special resolution in the extraordinary general meeting will be passed. The next is you are going to file the copy of resolution with the registrar within 30 days. The next, you are going to make an appeal or petition to the company law board for sanction for the shift. To get the approval from the company law board, you are going to make a petition that you want to shift. Okay. Then the next is file with the registrar. So what you are going to file with the registrar now? So you have to change the memorandum of association. So if you are going to change, and once you get the approval or sanction from the company law board, you have that certificate. So the certificate copy of your company law board and the altered memorandum of association, so that you are going to file it with the registrar within 3 months. The last is you are going to issue the public notice. So as we have studied in last secretarial duties also, so you are going to issue or you are going to notify the public that you have already shifted. So in the form of advertisement, you are going to inform the general public. So today's next topic we are going to discuss is regarding doctrine of ultravirus. So doctrine of ultravirus means ultra means beyond, virus means power. So thus anything that goes beyond the power of memorandum is called as ultravirus, right? So outside the memorandum, outside the power of memorandum, we call it as ultravirus. So the company has many powers and they are going to carry out the objectives set in the memorandum. So the company has a power and that power will be there in the memorandum of association, and whatever it is there in the memorandum of association, if they are going against that, so that becomes ultravirus. Okay, so in memorandum of association is there. So this is the area, memorandum of association is the area within which the company can travel. Okay, so within which the company can travel. The company cannot go beyond that. So any activity which is not expressed or not authorized by the memorandum of association is called as ultravirus. Okay, so we can define ultravirus as, so the company as some, or the company is going to act upon something. So even though the company what they are going to act, and if that act, even though it is legal but not authorized in the object, so that will be ultravirus. Okay, so the company is doing something what is legal. So in the sense we see it is legal, but so that legal act is not mentioned in the memorandum of association. So what happens if it is not mentioned in the memorandum of association? You may do anything, it may be legal or illegal, it becomes ultravirus. It becomes ultravirus. Okay, and any transaction which is called as ultravirus, any transaction which called as ultravirus, company cannot bind it. So company is not bound for it. So if the third party is going to sue on this, so if anything went wrong and third party has suffered the loss, so the third party cannot file a case against the company for this transaction. So I repeat, if the transaction which is performed by the company is ultravirus, okay, and for that, in that case the company is, or the company cannot bind, or the third party cannot file a case against the company. Then the next is cannot be ratified. So any transaction which is in the nature of ultravirus, so it cannot be ratified even if the shareholders give the approval for the transaction. Okay, even if the shareholders give or all the members give an approval for this transaction, So this transaction cannot be corrected, or sorry, this cannot be ratified even if it is, or even if the approval from the director is, sorry, shareholders are given, we cannot change the transaction. Then the next is may recover property or goods. So for example, XYZ, a person, and this person is going to lend money to the company, and the company is going to use that fund, okay, and use that fund for the ultra virus transaction. So doctrine of ultra virus transaction, whatever money received by the company from the person XYZ is used for the ultra virus transaction. So now the company or the person XYZ cannot recover his money, because what happens, the company is not bound to it, right? The third person cannot recover his money. But if the company purchased goods out of this money, so whatever purchases is been done out of the ultra virus transaction, or money which is used for the ultra virus transaction, or which is been lent by XYZ, if it is purchased to, or it is been used to purchase the goods, then he may recover if it is identified properly. So if we know that, if he is clear about that, with his money they have purchased some property, so then he can recover that property. Then ultravirus, anything that is ultravirus against the directors and intravirus to the company, so then it is called as, or then we can say we can ratify it by all the members. So what happens? Ultravirus to the directors and intravirus to the company. So it can be ratified by the members or the shareholders. So intravirus means within the power or within the act of memorandum of association, or we can say if the company acts as per the memorandum of association and within its power is intravirus. The next is ultravirus against the articles can be ratified. So if you are going against the articles of association, so this can be ratified by passing the special resolution and getting approval by the shareholders. So you can alter the articles of association by passing the special resolution. The next is the consequences or effects of your ultra virus. The first is your injunction. So it says company attempts for ultra virus acts, members may prevent by bringing an injunction. So here, which means if the company is formed, or we can say the company is made for the definite objects, right, and that objects will be stated in the memorandum of association, and believing the memorandum of association, the shareholders are going to invest their money, believing that their money is in the safer side and it is utilized for only the business which is mentioned in the memorandum. And if they found the company is going to attempt some ultra virus act, then the members of the company may prevent it by bringing an injunction against it. So injunction is nothing but a authoritative warning, we can say. Injunction means authoritative warning. And the next is your liability for breach of warranty of authority, or we can say it is a contract. So breach of contract. So what happens? Directors who are working in the company, so they are the agents of company, right? So they are, as the agent, they are supposed to act within the powers what is been mentioned in the memorandum of association, and the company cannot give them any power which is ultra virus. So company is not going to give any powers to the directors which is not mentioned in the memorandum. So if they are going to induce any outsiders to enter into the ultra virus contract, so with the company, so they become liable for the third party for any loss. So what happens? person XYZ is a director. Okay, so XYZ is a director, ABC is company, and PQR is a third party. So what happens? Company is not going to give any powers to XYZ, so which is beyond the memorandum. So what happens? The XYZ and PQR is going to enter into the contract. So what happens when it is they are going to enter into the contract, and the transaction of contract is ultra virus, and when it is ultra virus, so we can say company cannot bound it, right? So when XYZ fails to fulfill or breach the contract, or we can say he is going to break the contract, so PQR is going to suffer the loss. So in this case, PQR is not, or PQR cannot sue or file a case against the company. So what they are going to do is, PQR may file a case against the director who is called XYZ, and XYZ is personally liable for making the breach of contract, or anything loss suffered by PQR will be made good by the director. The next is personal liability of director. So what happens here? It is the duty of the director as an agent to utilize the funds of the company only for what? For the purpose what is mentioned in the memorandum, right? And it cannot use it for ultra virus purpose. If the directors make any ultra virus payment, and in that case what happens? He can be forced to make good the funds used. Whatever funds is used for the ultra virus and the company is suffering loss, so the director will be made personally liable. The next is ultra virus acquired property. So as I have explained in the previous slides, so XYZ is a person who is going to lend the money to the company, and the company is using it for the ultra virus transaction. In that case what happens? The third party cannot recover the money, but what happens? He can take a right over the property, will be protected, and we can say he can recover the goods if it is properly identified. The next is ultra virus contracts. So we can say it is absolutely void, or it cannot be ratified even by all the shareholders. So if you feel there is or we can say the company is going to have a ultra virus act, so in such case what you can do is, the complaint has to be filed against the company if it is in a ultra virus within 6 months from the date of knowledge. Okay, so whatever act or whatever contract you are going to we are going to enter, so which is ultra virus to the memorandum, so what happens? It has no effect, or we can say it is absolutely void. Thank you.